Hey guys, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 4. As always, I'm DemonFire93, and last time we got Solimer to meet up with Amelia so that they're now working together. Amelia goes from a glassblower's child to the apprentice of an aging enchantress to Queen of Great Arcane, but the immortal king has set his eyes on her throne, and with the reluctant help of his genie servant Solimer, he comes up with a frighteningly horrible plan to bring peace to the entire world. The scenario: Amelia and Solimer embark on separate quests, hoping to learn how to defeat King Magnus. First, Amelia leaves the borders of a Great Arcane to an area overrun by chaotic creatures in search of the Sword of the Gods. One story about this powerful weapon suggests that a great hero used it to kill an evil god. If it worked on the one immortal being, perhaps it will work on Magnus. As for Solimer, he enters the underworld again, looking for someone who can tell him the origin of the crystal pendulum, and hopefully a way to resist its magic, or enchantment. Victory conditions: find the Sword of the Gods and defeat the Mazellian hero. Loss conditions: lose Amelia Nighthaven or Solimer. Carry over Amelia Nighthaven, Solimer, and Kodge, and all their spells, experience, and skills will carry over to the next map. All of your heroes have a maximum level of 36. Yeah. Sure. For the last immortal? Alright, let's go. Sitting on the back of my horse, I inspect the land stretched out before me. I have left the borders of Great Arcane behind and come to another region overrun by thugs and murderers, but this time I haven't come to bring order and justice. I've come for a sword. Before Solimer and I departed, each of us on our own quest, the genie told me an ancient story about the Sword of the Gods. You must understand, my queen, this is a long shot. We do not know if the Sword of the Gods will kill Gavin Magnus, Solimer had said. Yes, I understand that we are desperate. Well, there it is. The hero's name is long forgotten, so he is known only as the Warrior of Light. The brutal god of sacrifice was slaughtering entire towns for his own twisted pleasure, and no one could stand against him. But the Warrior of Light, only a boy then, set out alone to put a stop to the murderers. He traveled far away, battling dragon and demon until he came to paradise. There he forged the Sword of the Gods under the watchful eye of the gods of good. When he returned, he faced the god of sacrifice in a battle that lasted a year and a day. Finally, the Warrior of Light and the god of sacrifice exchanged blows, each dealing the other's death. I hope that the tale is true, Solimer, I said. Me too. It stands to reason that if the Sword of the Gods was capable of killing one immortal being, it can kill Magnus as well, Solimer said matter-of-factly. If it exists, I'll find it. Your task is much more difficult, I think. I found the rainbow crystal in the underworld. Logic suggests that the answers we seek will be found there as well. Yes, but sometimes the world doesn't work logically, Solimer. Good luck to you, I said, taking the genie's strong hand. And to you, my queen, he said. Now I'm on my own again. All right. Solimer, Ibn Wali, Barad. All reason tells me that this is a long shot, but what choice do we have? Amelia is searching for a sword that might be nothing but the imaginings of an old bard, and I have come here to the underworld at the request of a dream. What would Amelia think of me if she knew I trusted our success to a dream? She would probably think me crazy. I already do. But in all my life, I have never had a dream like this one. It was so real. Even now, as I stare at the stone walls, I recognize them. I've never been here before, but I know these walls. Somewhere out there is the answer as I need. I just hope I can find it in time. Sure. Gold. A decaying old tower blocks the tunnel ahead. Its gates are locked and no one answers your calls. So instead of forcing your way through, you transform into your favorite shape, a blue parrot, and fly up to one of the open windows, hoping to open the gates from the inside. Alone, you walk through the dark halls, brushing aside cobwebs. Twice, skeleton guards attack you, but they are no match for your magic. Finally, you find the wheel and crank that will lift the tower gates, but as you reach for the handles, a spiritual woman appears before you. You fall back, raising your hands before you. Has this ghost come to claim your life? Wait, the spirit shouts. You come slowly to your feet, eyeing the spirit closely. Her aura is strong, lighting up the entire room, and you notice she was a beautiful woman once. I've come to help you, Genie, the spirit says. How is that? I know about the rainbow crystal, that which the immortal used in his crystal pendulum. I can help you if you will help me. Something about this woman makes your insides lighten. You know you shouldn't trust her, but what choice do you have? What do I have to do, you ask? Well, first you have to get through this gate, and I can tell you the winch is broken, has been for centuries. No one can pass unless you bring down the entire thing. As old as this structure is, it is still sturdy. It will take my men a week to tear it down. Yes, the spirit says, with a gleam in her dark eyes, but there is an earth portal near here. It is a gateway to the elemental plane of earth. 8 of those elementals can crumble this tower in seconds. Again, you feel reluctant to deal with the ghostly woman, but she has a point. Then I shall return soon, you say. Sure. So who we got? We got Kodge. We got Tharge. And we got Queen Amelia Nighthaven. Holy shit! We got an army of heroes with Kodge. Onovan, Catavan, Roavan, Fridolakovan, and Kodge. Tharge is just Tharge, and Amelia is just Amelia. Alrighty then. It'd be nice if I could, you know... What the fuck is this? All the buildings are useless. Alright, you only have potions of healing. You're not very useful now, are you? There we go. I don't like this very much. Don't like this very much at all. Alright, my army of heroes is out to murder you. Keep trying, and keep dying. Fool. Alright, a crossbow, and a cape, and some gold. It is my choice to leave my army behind and enter this rugged land with a small force of volunteers. I don't want to attract either Gavin Magnus's attention or the curiosity of the robber barons who rule this region. So my military advisor Tharge was the first to volunteer, even though he argued against such a risky tactic. Completing the small party are 2 dwarf brothers, hand-chosen by Tharge as best fighters in Great Arcane's army. Their names are Onovan and Ronovan, or Roavan. For speed and ranged weapons, I have the halfling woman Fridolok and the human archer Kaj. Finally, I asked one of the enchanters to join us as well, a learned man by the name of Tadavin. In that way, should I fail, only a few other lives will be lost. Sure. A pack of orcs discovered our camp in the middle of the night, but thankfully Rovan spotted them seconds before their ambush. "Attack!" Rovan said, waking us all. I jumped to my feet preparing a spell. I was amazed at how quickly the others reacted. Before the orcs reached us, the dwarven brothers stood back to back at one edge of the camp, Onovin with his axe and Rovan with his greatsword taller than himself. "Circle up," Thorge ordered. I had just enough time to step behind the bowman Kaj before the howling orcs attacked. It was a bloody short battle. Tadavin and I supported the others with our spells. Somehow, one of the larger orcs broke through our defenses, but a backhand blow, he slammed Tadavin to the ground. With a backhand blow, he slapped Tadavin to the ground, and then the orc swung his giant axe over his head. I cringed, knowing in the next second that weapon would split my skull. But the orc grunted and fell under the blow of Onovin's axe. Then Rovan was there too, ending the creature's life with the swing of his greatsword. "My queen, are you all right?" Onovin said. The battle was over, but I couldn't stop shaking. "My queen," Onovin asked again. "Thanks," I mumbled. "I'll be fine." I sat down while the others dragged the bodies away and tended to their wounds. Tadavin had a large knot on his head where the orc had hit him, and Kaj had a cut on his arm. Rovan sat next to me and took a cloth out to clean his weapon. "It's over," he said. "But when you become queen again, make it a law that everyone has to take regular baths. I don't think I'll ever get the stink of that orc off my sword." Despite myself, I laughed. Border gate. We need the blue keymaster's tent. The earth elementals surround the tower. Prepare to tear it to the ground upon your command. Do you want to destroy the tower now? Yes. Dismiss. Dismiss. There was no sign of the ghostly woman until the earth elementals brought down the tower in a thundering crash. It wasn't until I passed through the rubble that she appeared floating before me. I looked nervously around at my soldiers, wondering how they would take such an image, but apparently I was the only one who could see her. "So now, can we talk about the crystal pendulum?" I said. "Do you still mistrust me, Genie?" she asked. "The name is Solomon ibn Wali Barad," I answered, avoiding the question, "and I am Derafina." "Beautiful name," I said politely. "So, what can you teach me about the crystal pendulum, Derafina?" She wagged a long finger at me and said, not yet. It seems that we have not yet earned each other's trust, so I must insist that you help me first. Maybe I'll leave and not bother with you. If you think you have the luxury, perhaps you can return after the Immortal One has enslaved the world," Derafina said. She knew too much about what was going on. She knew I was desperate for a way to defeat the crystal pendulum. She had all the control, and from the gloating expression on her face, she was enjoying it too. "Very well, what do you want of me?" I asked. "All I ask, Solomon ibn Wali Barad, is for you to rescue me, rescue my body from its prison, so that I can be whole again. Is that so bad?" I shrugged. I knew I would regret this someday, but now was not the time to argue. "Sure." Where did I get this? When did I get... what? The fuck? That's so weird. I don't recall having that at all. After some time with the ghostly Derafina at my side, I had gotten used to her presence, if not her personality. My soldiers, however, are beginning to wonder if I have gone insane. As hard as I try not to talk to her in front of them, I have been caught having a discussion with thin air on several occasions. The rumors have spread, and I'm afraid there is nothing I can do about it. As I sat down with a glass of wine before bed last night, Serafina suddenly appeared next to me. She eyed the drink hungrily. Wine. I miss it most. That is, after the warmth of a man in my arms. Does it taste good? She asked. Can't exactly have the best while on the road, but it has a good bouquet, I said. I put the wine aside, suddenly feeling uncomfortable drinking it in front of this troubled spirit. Serafina stared at me, and slowly she lifted a hand to touch my cheek. It felt like a cool, light draft against my skin. So how did you come to be in this condition? I asked, pulling away. Serafina prostrated herself on my cot and played with her hair as she spoke. Well, I won't tell you how long ago it was. A lady never reveals her age, but I will tell you a man is responsible. He loved me desperately, and although I was flattered by the attention he gave me, I never led him to believe that I felt the same. Besides, he was ugly and pale, and he rarely bathed. How could a woman love such a man? So what did he do when he finally realized you didn't love him? I said, predicting the direction this story would soon take. Needless to say, he was very jealous. He killed the man I truly loved and used a powerful magic to turn my body into a statue of ice. Thankfully, I possessed some magic of my own. I was able to separate my spirit from my body the moment before he transformed me, Serafina explained. And ever since, you have wandered the underworld looking for someone to free you. Tell me, does this jealous lover still live? I asked. Serafina grinned and said, He's not exactly dead, but he's not alive either. Undead, so that's what I was up against. Sure. What is the name of the undead suitor who imprisoned you? I asked Serafina one night. She came to me every night now, insisting that we talk. She seemed bored, almost desperate for the company of another. Mazellian, she said. She leaned back on my cot, playing seductively with her hair. I tried not to look at her. Oh, he's so creepy. Sometimes I sneak into the prison where he keeps my body. You know, to check up on myself. Every day, Mazellian spends hours talking to me, only he's not talking to me. He's talking to a block of ice that looks at me. Obsessed, I pointed out. He would have to be still. He would have to be to still carry on an infatuation for her after all this time. Creepy, I say, Serafina said. Sometimes he kisses me. He kisses me in a way that would normally get his face slapped. That is, if I were still in my body. That sent a shiver down my spine. So how am I supposed to change you back? I haven't even heard of such magic before. That's the easy part, she said. She sat up and looked deeply into my eyes. It's an old-fashioned curse. Someone who cares for me, really cares for me, must give me a kiss. A kiss? I said. Yes, Serafina said, grinning mischievously, and I must admit I'm looking forward to it. I don't care for you, lady. I just fucking met you. After more than 2 weeks together, we have settled into a routine each night at camp. Ottoman breaks a fire while Tharge, Roven, and Fridoluk pitch the tents. Kaj, the bowman, does all the hunting and cooking. His roast rabbit is the best I've ever had. So I've asked him to become my cook if I ever become Queen of Great Arcan again. He agreed. Although Tharge and the others still treat me like their queen, I insist I do my share of the work, but I usually end up mending torn clothing or helping Tadavin place protective spells over the camp so we're not discovered. When we settle down for the night and the order of the night watch has been chosen, Tharge, Tadavin, and I sit together to plan our actions for the next day. Inevitably, Tharge brings out the foolishness of our quest. I feel like I'm hunting Snark, Tharge blurted. Nearby, Kaj chuckled openly. What? I asked. Snark, Kaj said. No such animal, my queen. It's a hunter's joke. Fathers send their sons out into the forest to find a snark as a sort of initiation into manhood. It's usually described as a six-legged critter with the head of a pig and the body of a cat. The sun stays out all day and night and comes back the next morning thinking they have failed. My own father laughed at me for more than an hour. It's an old joke. Yes, and this sword of the gods is a damn snark, Tharge said. I believe it exists, Tharge. If we're going to defeat Magnus, it has to exist. How long are we going to wander around looking for it? Months? A year? I stood up, suddenly unable to deal with my advisor's bad temper. Ever since I allowed Solimer to join us against his advice, the dwarf has been completely disagreeable. Well, Tharge, I'm not ready to go back and become Magnus's slave yet. Are you? I stormed away, but there was a part of me that wondered if Tharge was right. He has given me so much good advice in the past, and I really didn't have any solid proof that the Sword of the Gods was anything more than the clever creation of a good storyteller. Fair. Except we know it exists. We've had it in a couple levels before.